Guys, I'm making a recipe straight from my Nonna's cookbook. We're doing some ragu over some pasta coming up. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Cooking with CJ.
And I'm also here.
And Brady James. What's up, buddy? Give it a pound. All right, this is a family recipe. So we got part of the family in the house. He's basically the only kid that wants to get in front of the camera right now. So Brady James is helping me out on this cook. Guys, it is another wonderful soul food Sunday. And you know I like to bring in all types of soul food, meaning country food, soul food. What else is there? Well, this time it's gonna be Italian soul food. I was actually inspired to make this cook, to actually put this cook on film by a new channel I started watching. It's called Sip and Feast, and I'll put a link down below. Jim has got a great channel over there, and he put the ragu to end all ragus. I'm like, no. My Nonna's recipe is the best one, so we are going to put it together. It's actually pretty similar to Jim's recipe, but we're gonna do it our way. Right? I'm gonna do it our way, do it Nonna's way. After you guys get done watching this one, make sure you click on that hashtag soulfoodsundays. Look out for my guy AB for Smokin Grillin with AB and Soul Food Cooking on YouTube. Check out their videos and whoever else decide to use that hashtag with us. All right, so Brady James is gonna read off your grocery list, everything you're gonna need to put in your cart so you can make this dish. Don't miss this. He talks fast, he reads faster. So get ready. All right, Brady James is gonna take it over.
Okay, so you will need short ribs, 28 ounces of canned and crushed tomatoes, 3 ounces of tomato paste, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, a half cup of onions diced, a half cup of carrots also diced, 3 to 4 minced garlic cloves, a bunch of thyme, 1 sprig of rosemary, a 1/4 cup of pancetta, a 1/4 cup of minced red pepper, 2 cups of Chianti, 2 bay leaves, a pasta of your choice, and salt or pepper for taste.
All right, I dig it. When Brady was reading off the grocery list, I used the Cento brand for my tomatoes and my paste, okay? Try to find a good Italian brand. The Chianti, I still want to do a Silence of the Lambs bit, but this is what we got at the grocery store. It was about a $10 bottle of wine. When I put wine in my cooking, I tend to use wine that I would drink. So if it's good enough for your wine glass, it's good enough for your pan, right? Okay. I want to take you back to last night real quick. When this guy was sleeping, I went ahead and dry brined my short ribs. These short ribs are actually very small, but it's what I got at the grocery store, so that's what I went with. I used a little salt and pepper. And just let them sit out in the fridge overnight, let some of that moisture draw out, let that flavor draw back in. I've talked about dry brining before, right? You understand.
Yep.
He gets it. Camera guy, you get it. I got a head shake. It's better than the, you know. I swear to God. Me and you, we're going outside. All right, team, we're gonna get over to the stove. We're gonna brown off these short ribs, start building our sauce, get it in the oven. Guys, this is a labor of love. All right, any good soul food recipe, whether it be country or down home cooking or soul food, anything like that, takes some time, some effort, some love, coming straight from the heart, right? And so you're gonna be ready for a little bit of time behind this one, but it's going to be worth it. Trust us on that, right, Brady James? It's gonna be worth it. Totally worth it. All right, let's get to the stove. Come on back. All right, team, we're about to get on the stove with Brady James. Who's gonna help me get these short ribs braised up. I'm using a Dutch oven, which is what this thing is right here. Just feel this, grab it with both hands. It's pretty heavy, right?
Yep.
All right. Dude, we gotta get you in the gym, bub. All right, so this is a Dutch oven. We got a lid. We want something that could go on the stove and into the oven over there. The first thing we gotta do is brown up these short ribs. So we're over here on the stove, spoons of olive oil, right, Brady?
Yep.
Okay. We want to kind of coat the bottom there. Not too much, because these short ribs are going to come to temperature relatively quickly. We'll turn on the heat to about a medium. So we're looking about a 6 on our dial. And then we'll get this heated up. And then we'll start working on these short ribs. Our olive oil is ready to go. We're going to start browning off these short ribs, right, Brady?
Yep.
All right, we're just going to start meat side down. And it's important not to crowd the pan. So we're gonna have to do these in a little bit of batches. We got a couple more left in here. So we're gonna do these real quick. Gonna brown all sides, right, Brady?
Yep.
Okay. Once these are done, we can throw these other ones in, and then we'll start building our sauce. Okay, Brady, so you can see we got some good color on there.
Yep.
Right, it looks nice and brown. All right, so we're gonna turn it up on its side. We're gonna make sure we brown all sides, okay? Oops, fumble. All right, so we gotta put that one down. We're gonna get nice, good color on there. We're using medium heat, right? And we're just gonna get each side. All right, we're almost done searing this first batch up. Brady, I want you to flip them over like this to the opposite side, and then we'll get all sides done. Okay? So just get one flipped, and then we'll. There you go. Just throw it around. There you go. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get through the rest of these. I'm not gonna film every step of the way, right, Brady? Because then they'll be here all day. But you can see the browning we're looking for. Here, I'll shake it off a little bit.
Yep, that's definitely
See how close we got?
That's definitely brown.
Is it definitely brown? Seared up? While I'm dripping all over the stove?
Yep.
All right, so that's what we're looking for right there. Okay, we'll finish these up and we'll finish the second batch, and then we'll start building the sauce. Okay, team, we're over here. These are done. Let's get these off, right, Brady? I'm gonna go ahead and take them off for us, and then I'm gonna show the camera how seared they are. Whoa, that could have been bad. All right, so we got this nice and perfectly seared. We're gonna set this aside, and we're gonna start building the sauce. All right, so let's get back over to the stove. All right, B, you ready to start building the tomato sauce?
Yep.
All right, let's go. We're not adding any more fat to this. Beef fat and the olive oil in there, so they're doing their thing. Shake it out. That's the carrots are going in. Onions next. We just got a little bit of, about a quarter cup of minced red pepper. This is my own ad. I love the taste of red pepper. So we're getting that in there. Take our wooden spoon and mix it all around. We got the heat pretty high because we were doing a pretty good sear job. So we're gonna turn the heat down. All right, come over here and give that a little mixy mix. So we're just gonna take this to this little softened up, right? We're just softening these vegetables up, okay? Make sense? Okay, we're not trying to overcook them. They're gonna get plenty of time to cook down in the oven, right?
Yep.
They're gonna get nice and soft with all this stuff. All right, so we're just giving this a quick saute, and then we'll add our other stuff to it. You know, the definition of ragu is a meat sauce, so we're gonna start adding the meat, right?
Yep.
So we got some pancetta right here, diced up. You're gonna throw that in there, let it cook through. You're not trying to like get this crispy like bacon, right? You're just trying to extract some of that flavor. So pancetta is like an Italian bacon. It's a cured bacon, but it's not smoked. It's cured, right? Yeah. Okay. This is just gonna add tons of that porky flavor that everybody loves. Yep. You like porky flavor, right, Brady?
Yep.
All right, so everything's softening up. We're doing good. All right, let's add our I think this is maybe 4 cloves of diced garlic, minced garlic. There you go. Get that stirred around. Now you just keep it moving. We don't want to burn the garlic. So Brady, why don't we want to burn the garlic?
Because it's bitter.
Damn right it is. God, I love you. Good job, bud. Okay, so our vegetables are nice and soft. We're gonna add 3 ounces, about half a can of this tomato paste, okay? Yep. So we're just gonna eyeball it, dig out a little bit, put it in there, probably a little bit more. Let's take our wooden spoon and break it up, all right? Break up both of these. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cook this through. Cook down the tomato paste, get a little of that acid out of there, and we're gonna let it go for about 5 minutes, and then we'll start adding our other ingredients. It's time to put our Chianti in, okay? So we're gonna do about 2 cups. It's about 1. It's about 2. All right, and you don't do this, but every time I, put a little wine or, booze in my cooking, you'll try it. Don't judge, you do it too. So Brady, we're gonna let this just cook in for about a minute. So we're not reducing any of the alcohol, any of the stuff out. We're just heating it through, and then we'll start adding the crushed tomatoes. All right, B, we're gonna go ahead and put this can of tomatoes, crushed tomatoes in. All right. Make sure you get it all. Just give that a quick mix. Okay, now it's time to put in our little, that's what it's called, like a little herb bunch. We're using 1 stick of rosemary, okay, because rosemary is pretty overpowering. So we just want a little bit in there, and we're gonna use a little thyme. Have it tied up so it's easy to fish out later, all right? So we're just gonna throw that in. 2 bay leaves, those are going in. We're gonna put these short ribs in, okay? We're gonna put meat side into the mix here. All right, now while Brady's putting the rest of these short ribs in there, we've already preheated our oven. We're at 325. We're going to cook it covered with the lid for about 2 hours. We're gonna pull it out of the oven, give it a mix, move the short ribs around a little bit, and then we're gonna put the lid back on. We're gonna leave it askew so it kind of helps thicken up the sauce, the gravy in there. Okay, this is ready. Brady, this is ready to get in the oven. Let's take it over to the oven. We'll put the lid on, and we'll get it in the oven. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put it in the oven. I've taken one of the racks out, so there's enough room for the Dutch oven in there. I'm gonna put it in, somewhere in the middle of the rack. Shut it down. We'll see you in 2 hours. Just gonna let it go for about 2 hours. All right, Brady?
Yep, 2 hours.
All right, come on back. Okay, we're 2 hours in. Take this lid off, give it a little mix and stir. Scrape up the bottom if there's any bottom bits in there. The sauce is thickening up. Remember, with a ragu, the sauce is gonna be thick. It's not so much about the sauce, it's about the meat, right? So we're building a meat sauce, not a regular marinara, okay? Got a little closer view of the ragu. It's looking damn good. Okay, so we're gonna put the lid on, slightly askew. All right, we're leaving a little bit of room in there. Let some of that evaporation come out. It will even thicken it up a little bit more. Okay, so another hour back in the oven, and we'll be ready to start pulling the meat off the bones. Okay, team, how we looking, Brady? What do you think?
Good.
All right, nice, sauce has been nice and reduced, all right? We ready to get this meat out?
Yep.
We're gonna go ahead and fish this out too. And when we see the bay leaves, we'll fish those out. But let's get these off. Nice and tender. All right, okay, ready to be shredded. This one, the bone fell off. So we got the bone right here. All right, you ready to fish this stuff out?
Yep.
Okay. All right, while Brady's fishing out the rest of these short ribs, we're gonna go ahead and get them onto the cutting board, shred them up with some forks. Okay, we got the short ribs out on the platter here. We're gonna go ahead and shred them up. We got our tomato sauce right here. I'm fishing through, looking for the bay leaves, because I didn't pull those out. So make sure you pull out the bay leaves. It's not good eating. Before we shred those short ribs, I'm gonna go ahead and taste this for seasoning. Man, that's good. Oh, that's too good. I'm gonna put just a couple pinches of salt in there because we did the dry brine on the short ribs. So I wanted to make sure we're good there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple more pinches of salt in, and then let's start shredding up those short ribs, okay? All right, so just a couple more pinches of kosher salt in there. Give it a mix, and let this just chill out while we shred those short ribs. Okay, team, I have my lined gloves on. I don't want to sit here and shred the fork with the fork. So this is the way we're gonna go ahead and get it done. We'll shred as much meat as possible and then get it back into the tomato sauce, boil up that pasta, and we'll be ready to go. The pasta is gonna be a bucatini. I love that pasta. It's a big hearty pasta. It has a hole running through it, so all that sauce gets in there too. It's a nice toothy pasta. You use any thick pasta you want, but that's what I had and that's what I'm gonna use. Brady James had a little kitchen accident, took it like a champ, but he's gonna sit the rest of this video out. Make sure you hit a thumbs up and comment down below for Brady James, who played through the injury, but needs to call it a day, all right? I'm gonna get on these ribs, these short ribs, and then we'll be eating soon. All right, you can see how this is breaking down. Collagen has been broken down in the meat, so we're gonna shred it. Again, I'm using lined gloves. You can use forks if you want. But we're gonna go ahead and just tear through it and put it to the side over here. There's some parts that are not good eating up around the bone. You won't want to eat this part right here. You just pull the meat off of it. I'm gonna finish pulling the meat off these short ribs and we'll get it back in the pot. We have all the meat shredded up. Obviously, you're not getting a big yield off these little short ribs. There's still plenty, still tender as can be. Pulling apart, lovely. Let's get this back into the sauce. Some pasta on. All right, let's get our meat back in so it becomes a true ragu. Guys, you're gonna make a mess while you make this. I have splatters everywhere. It just is what it is. But this is an amazing, amazing ragu. It's just a nice, simple ragu. Can't beat that. Water's on. We've salted it like the ocean. Ragu's chilling on the side. Let's get this pasta made. We'll get it in a pan. We'll be eating good. All right, the water's boiling. Get the bucatini in there. To cook it to al dente. The box says 7 minutes. We'll check on it. Ready to roll. Right, we're almost to the finish line, boys and girls. We have some of the ragu in a pan here. Got a little heat underneath it. We're gonna add our bucatini in there and finish off the cooking of the bucatini in with the ragu. It's all right if a little pasta water gets in there. Let's give it a stir. I'm gonna let this finish up in here and then we'll plate it and then we'll try it. Guys, we're gonna plate up this dish. So we're gonna start by kind of twirling our bucatini and our ragu. Get a nice little bit and get it onto the plate. I am not a fancy plate decorator person. Just enough for me and Brady James to handle. Brady's still over here. He's hanging out, playing through the pain. It's a rough one, huh, buddy? All right. And of course, we gotta get a little grated parm on there. Make it like a nice snow shower. All right, let's give this one a try. Through blood, sweat, and tears, we got through it. Brady James hurt himself just for this dish, right? Yeah. But you power through, pound it. All right, so now we're ready to try the fruits of our labors 4 hours later. Again, guys, this is one that's it's gonna take you a hot minute, but it's gonna be worth it. Okay, so let's try this. Let's dig in. Okay, here, grab your fork. Give it a shot. What do you think?
That's good.
Best pasta you ever had in your life? Well, hey, if he says it's the best pasta and it wasn't something I fed him to say, right? Like you totally agree. All right, guys, I'm gonna give it a go right now. Got that short rib in there. It's freaking good, right? All right, baby. Come here. Me love. Hugs. Hugs. Carefully. Don't hurt your arm. All right, baby. Thank you for being here, helping me out. Pound it one last time. All right, team. That's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed another Soul Food Sunday. Guys, to me, soul food, it doesn't matter color lines, anything like that. It is just about how you feel inside, cooking with love, breaking bread with family and loved ones, friends, the whole bit. So make sure you do this dish. It is amazing. It does take a little bit of time, but totally worth it. This is very, very good. But that is it for this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for cooking with CJ. Take care.